As we talk about volume and voice and using your voice, I think we can all get into the habit of looking at someone and being like, oh my gosh, they're so eloquent. I would never be that way. Or, oh my gosh, like I'm just not that type of speaker. And we were talking about in the beginning of this call how much we love Alicia Britt Cole.
Yeah, who spoke at
And
She Speaks. Yeah,
we
she's
were
amazing.
talking about, she was also at She Speaks. We were
Yeah.
talking about how she's like the velvet hammer. Like she
Yeah,
has this like beautiful, poetic, soft voice. It's not someone that's like screaming from the pulpit. And you have some people that are screaming from the pulpit that are incredible and makes your like spirit snap into alignment. You know, everyone has a different cadence and volume to their voice. And so it's let God's resonance reside in you and who he's made you to be. But I think instead of getting caught up and going, oh, well, my voice doesn't sound like that, or I don't like the sound of my voice, whatever the case may be, like allow God to shine through your voice and how he's created and molded you to show up in those spaces. And um, sometimes it just takes some practice, like just start getting into the habit. I talked about this in my solo podcast of just show up even if your voice shakes and if it's scared, you know, you just gotta start doing it and then going, oh my gosh, like okay, you know, like this is getting stronger and better. And also never like allow the focus to even be on your voice. It's
Mm.
the impartation of what God's done in your life and
So
someone
good.
else being able to receive that in the audience. And also when you see someone else and going, okay, that was a good talk or whatever the case may be, like always focus on what God has done in their life and what is the impartation that
Mm.
you too can get in your life as well. Because I was just at a business conference that was like total tech bros in June that I spoke at in Dallas. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? Like it was a fun experience for sure. And I was speaking on this panel with the founder of Zumba. And it was like this
Cool.
like very like business tech talk, you know, like type thing like that. And I kept talking about hope and, you know, like all those different pieces.
So
And I had all these people come up to me from like big exec companies going like, you have no idea how much your message just continued to like stay with me all day long. Like I had to come find you. And for me, like I would have tried to disqualify myself or count myself out in those spaces. And yet what I carry resonates with people, even in
Mhm.
whatever delivery I don't think is up to par or whatever the case may be within that. And it's just continue to keep doing it because God's going to always use you. He's always going to shine through you. And you have something to say, you have something that you carry, and you have something to impart that someone needs to hear, some encouragement to their
Mm.
spirit, their soul, and their heart
That's
today.
so good. And to know that it doesn't matter how like seasoned you think you are. I'm only 6 years into this. I don't feel seasoned at all. I've been having microphones since I was a kid on TV and I was like 5. But I want to say that I just wrestled Tiffany with this exact thing on Friday, being in this room where people were prophetess, they were apostles, they were all called pastors. They all had like a doctor or something before their name. And I don't. And I know I'm a daughter of the king, so I always put that before my name, even if they throw off a rap sheet to try and qualify why this white girl is here. Like, how come she got on stage? I'm telling you guys, they were shouting, they were prophetic, they were phenomenal on the microphone. It was really amazing. And the whole time I just kept saying, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And again, going back to that queen, you've been positioned. And the Lord told me, I'm going to put you on the front row of many experiences to show you what's happening in the church. And I got to see a lot of what's happening in a church that I don't go to, in a type of church and environment that I don't often go to. And it has changed the course of where I know I'm meant to go. And
Wow.
so show up in those places where you don't feel qualified and watch how God qualifies you on the other side of it. Because I still had to show up. I still got to get up and I had something to say because I was willing to
Yes.
vocalize.